Well, this time next week, it will be the 90-day planning workshop. And as usual, I have a guest speaker who will be joining me. And this time it's Stuart Johnston from Kingston Finance. So I thought to have a quick conversation with Stuart for him to tell us a little bit more about what he'll be covering next week. So Stuart, give us an introduction about you and your business.
Yes, certainly. So Kingston Finance is a commercial finance brokerage. So that means we source appropriate finance products for your business. So it ranges from business finance. So that starts off with loans, invoice finance, asset finance, to the other end of the spectrum, which is commercial property. So that includes development, refurbishment finance, and bridging loans.
Okay, so what are the problems that you see business owners struggling with when they come to look to raise finance?
Oh, now that's a tricky one already. I think that the most difficult area is probably preparing for an application. So I spend a great deal of my time working with clients, preparing all the evidence, all the paperwork before they submit it to anyone I recommend. Yeah, that's certainly a big area.
All right. What proportion of finance applications would you suggest would not pass muster first time round because of the way they're put together?
Yeah, that's a good question. At the moment, a lot of my lenders are incredibly risk adverse. They will look for almost any reason not to accept an application.
Wow.
So at the moment, I would say a good 75% would be rejected.
Lummy. Okay. So with that in mind, what are you going to be talking about next week?
Well, weirdly, how to pass an application.
Excellent. All right. And in terms of the sums of finance applications are being made, what's the kind of spread that you see businesses looking for where they're going to lenders to raise finance?
Oh, God, you're really grilling me today.
I'm a coach.
Yeah. Really, it depends on the type and size of business. I mean, a lot of my clients don't know about the alternatives there are to traditional finance. A lot of my clients come to me expecting for a loan to be recommended, but there are alternatives to that.
All right. I mean, the reason I asked the question is because based on current registrations, there'll be quite a spread of people right from startup to more established businesses. And I'm wondering whether some of the smaller businesses might be thinking, yeah, but the work you're doing will be further down the line as far as I'm concerned. So that's the reason why I'm asking the question, what would be the kind of lower end in terms of finance applications that you might get involved with?
I mean, ultimately, for startups, let's take startups as an example. A lot of my lenders, I mean, I've 3 tiers. The tier ones for startups, you can almost forget straight away at the moment that they don't want to know. So we're looking at tier 2 and tier 3s. Right. They're a lot more open, but there are a lot more hoops to jump through.
Okay.
Right. They are willing to work with startups, but we need to be a bit more creative in how we utilize those products.
Okay. So
you need to prove.
All right. So for tier 1, as you describe it, then there will be a little bit of content that you'll be sharing with them that would help them when they're right at the start of their business journey.
What I intend to do next week is prepare the application. Yep. So getting all the paperwork, which saves everyone a great deal of time and cost, and trying to limit as much as we can the reasons why our lenders will say no. Okay. And there is a trend going on. So what we're going to do is prepare that application, understand what those alternatives are to loans and overdrafts and God knows what else you're after, and yeah,
Okay.
That's the mission for next week.
All right. Well, you pretty preempted my last question, which was what do you hope attendees will learn from your session? So I think you just answered that. So really looking forward to that. So it's 9:30 next Friday, 3 hours, a couple of education sessions, but the main focus is about creating that action plan for you to have the best possible second quarter of the year. So if you haven't signed up so far, please come along. It'll be great to see you.